Good. So good morning and good afternoon and good evening to everyone who I haven't said good morning, good afternoon, good evening to already. I hope you've had a really good week, and welcome to today's sharing of Harmonize to Energize. And for those people that are completely brand new, this is an opportunity once a week to sharing self-help practices of the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU, which is an art of harmonizing energy or life force or chi or ki as it moves congruently or not through our bodies. And we do that in JIN SHIN JYUTSU by placing our hands, palms of our hands, back of our hands, thumbs on what we call safety energy locks in the body, and there's 26 of them, left and right of the spine, 3 in the arms. And these safety energy locks act as resistors, controllers, to allow or not the energy to move congruently through the body. Placing the palms of the hands like jumper cables, we allow any blockages at the soul, heart, mind, body level to start transforming and harmonizing our total being. So this is the third week when I'm delighted to tell you we have a mystery presenter. I tell you, it was like a desert landscape for about 6 or 7 weeks. And you know, when it rains, sometimes it rains a lot. And so totally delighted that we've had people come and join us. There was Tom last week, and then Sarah Harper. Tom the week before, Sarah Harper last week. And the mystery presenter today is Q. Where are you? Mystery presenter.
Can you see me, Terry?
Yeah, come on. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. And the mystery presenter today, everybody, is one of our newest instructors, Susie Plettner from California. Welcome, Susie. Well, you're not originally from California, but you've been there a long time, right?
Yeah, I've been here for a long time. I'm originally from Iowa, but I moved out to California in my 20s. So yeah, I've been here for a while. Well, it's super great to be here. You know, I've heard about the Harmonize to Energize for a long time now, and normally I work on Fridays in clinics, so I'm not able to attend, but there was a holiday today, Veterans Day, so the clinic was closed, and that, you know, created this opening for me to come in and share the beautiful art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU with you all. And thank you so much, Terry, for the invitation. Another caveat, my children are not in school today because of the holiday, and they understand that they're not supposed to interrupt me, but they're children, and I just have to let you know that you know, that may or may not happen, but hopefully it won't, and we can just continue on with our self-care. So well, great. Well, why don't we go ahead and start with the self-help. I'm just going to assume that that there may be a new person here that doesn't really know anything, and so I'll be very methodical in terms of where to place our hands. So for the first self-help, let's go ahead and hold our ones, or you can hold our high ones. That's right here at the inside of the knee. That's the one. You can come up about a hand's width and hold the high ones, and go ahead and cross your hands and hold your high ones.
Susie, do you need me to join you to demonstrate as well, or just carry on as is?
Oh, Terry, gosh, if you want to, it's your rodeo, Terry. If you
Oh, no, I forgot to ask you. Some instructors like to have me on, and some like to do it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's great, Terry. Yeah,
it's just a second demonstration. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah. That's perfect. That would be perfect, Terry. Yeah.
Yeah. I will just find myself.
Okay. All right.
There. Yeah.
So our hands are crossed, and we are getting into our safety energy lock number 1. Again, you can, there we go, Terry.
That was a quick showing left and right.
Remember, our hands crossed, and we're coming in to our ones right at the inside of the knee, or you can come up to the high ones, which is about a hand's width on the inside of the thigh, the medial side of the thigh. And just go ahead and take a deep breath into your ones. The ones symbolize unity. All creation proceeds from unity. It's that divine masculine principle of the exhale. It's the principle of oneness, so it helps us to exhale from head to toe. And it also helps us to inhale from toe back to head. Remember to drop your shoulders and slightly bow your head to take tension off of the neck. And put your awareness and your breath into your hands, holding the insides of your knees or your legs. What do you notice? Let the breath breathe you. Quiet the mind and tap into the body. And the breath that I am is the total philosophy of now know myself. Safety Energy Lock 1 helps that movement of spirit into matter. Connecting the extreme heights to the extreme depths. That's Safety Energy Lock number 1. What do you need to move in your life? What do you need to let go of in your life? What do you need to exhale and release in your life? If you're stuck in a rut, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, come to your ones and say hello to them. In the breath that I am, in the breath that we are renewed in body, mind, and spirit. Go ahead and receive a few more exhales and inhales into your one. And when you're ready, you can come back to the circle and open your eyes. You can continue to hold your ones if you want to. It's a great self-help. As I'm speaking, we will be moving on to other self-help practices, but you're more than welcome, to stay here for a while. So Safety Energy Lock 1, that was actually my doorway into JIN SHIN JYUTSU. I was traveling through Guatemala, and I was in a JIN SHIN JYUTSU self-help class. There was a flyer in Panajachel, Guatemala, and I was looking for that thing that I was supposed to be doing with my life. I was in my 20s, and that can, be a little bit of a challenging time in your life where you're trying to find your path and your purpose. And I saw this flyer, and it was Mary's quote, and I was immediately attracted. It said, "Come study JIN SHIN JYUTSU," self-help class. And so I ran to that class in Guatemala, and during that class I started to have some digestive issues, not too surprising, traveling in a different environment from my own. And I started to have a lot of abdominal pain. And I thought that like I might have to step out of the class for a while. It just kind of came out of nowhere. And I said to my teacher, I was like, I'm having some abdominal issues. And she said, okay, cross your hands and hold the insides of your thighs. And which was the high one. And at the time I was like, this is ridiculous. This isn't going to do anything. My Western mind was still very much, kind of influencing my experience. Even though I was there, I was a mystic at heart. I knew that there was something here for me to learn. And so I continued to hold. And she told me at the beginning, after about 20 minutes, you should notice the pain go away. So, after about 10 minutes, I noticed that there was a break in the pain. It wasn't constant. And I just felt like I could exhale a little bit. I was like, oh God, the pain's not as bad. Then sure enough, after 20 minutes, the pain was 100% gone. And, I thought it was interesting that she said 20 minutes. But my mind was like, well, it probably would have happened anyway. It would have passed anyway. It didn't have anything to do with me holding. I mean, I was just holding the insides of my thighs. Come on, right? And then there was another experience in that class where a student was she was starting to have a migraine headache. And so we went and we held safety energy lock 24 at the top of the foot. See if I can show this to people. No, it's
Good job.
What do you think, Terry?
Yeah, very good. More flexible than me.
It's right there. It's at the top of the foot. And she said, yeah, hold that in about 40 minutes, the pain should be gone. And of course I'm holding the top of the foot and I'm like, I'm just holding the top of the foot, like, come on. But after 45 minutes, the pain was gone. The migraine headache subsided. There was no aura. There was no nausea. There was no pain. And that's when I knew something really beautiful was here for us to know and to grow and to know ourselves. I think of Mary's quote that the truth is that within each of us lies the power to cast all misery aside, to know complete peace and oneness, to be that beautiful creation of perfect harmony, to truly know and help myself. And that was the quote that was on the flyer that really caught my attention, and is really what inspired me to get into that class. And after those two experiences, I was like, this is it. I found what I'm looking for. And I dedicated really the rest of my life to the study and practice of JIN SHIN JYUTSU. And it's been a marvelous and wonderful and beautiful, beautiful ride. And I'm so honored to be here today to share this with you. All right, so I'm going to share my screen right now. I figured we'll start with okay, can people see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, great. So this is page 15, text 1. It's getting to know and help myself. It's the main central vertical harmonizing universal energy. You can see here that Mary has in parentheses, this is our source of life. We are as harmonized or out of rhythm as is the energy supply from this source. In fact, this is our present state of being in health or ailing. And the translation in Japan is the divine presence in the honorific center of the universe, is how the main central vertical universal harmonizing life supply translates. And I feel that's so poetic, the divine presence in the honorific center of the universe. And so I want to harmonize this right now, but we're just going to do the self-help, the quickie self-help for this, because there's a lot of little self-helps that I want to get in today. So why don't we go ahead and place our right hand on top of our head, And then we're going to take our left hand and we're going to hold our pubic bone here.
I don't know why I did that.
I think I got it, Terry.
Yeah, it's like, really?
Okay, so our right hand's on top of our right head. Our left hand is holding our pubic bone. And this is, in ancient mathematicians, zero, the main central is symbolic of the number 0, and 0 and 1 had the same meaning. It was just, infinity, unity. So that main central vertical force, that's that divine masculine principle. It has that energy of fire. It's force, it's movement, spirit descending into matter. As we're holding our right hand on top of our head, this helps all prolapse energy. It helps to raise the energy up. So this is a great, quickie self-help if there's any prolapse, any organs that are prolapsed in the body. And then our left hand here really helps the energy descend. So we're descending and ascending with this self-help flow. With our left hand on top of our pubic bone, we're also, helping our reproductive system. We're helping to move energy and any stagnant blood in our reproductive system. This also allows the energy to descend into our legs and our toes, so cold toes, this is a great self-help to do. And now let's go ahead and move our right hand down, and we're actually going to hold our coccyx, which is the base of, thank you, Terry. Thank you, Terry. It's the base, it's the base of the spine, the coccyx, and we're cradling and cupping our coccyx, the base of our spine, with our pubic symphysis, our pubic bone. Just go ahead and breathe into that. This really helps to connect to the bridge of spirit descending again into matter. This is where we have a chance to really divinely reflect the beauty of the sun. This is where the sun and the moon kind of meet, in this relationship between our hands. And the moon reflects the light of the sun. So our main central vertical flow really reflects our perfect individual divine life source power. Just breathe into your hands, connect into your body. Feel that rhythmic pulsation. That rhythmic, even pulsation that connects us to the heartbeat of the universe, the heartbeat of the earth. It allows our own individual heartbeat to become in rhythm with that cosmic heartbeat. All right, take a nice few more deep breaths. Now our main central has been jump started and harmonized. And from here, we're going to move into harmonizing our left supervisor and left mediator and our right supervisor and our right mediator. That main central energy, that's the source supply for the body. And as that energy, it's that desire to be, that desire to know, and it starts to differentiate. And as it starts to differentiate and dense down, it creates the left supervisor and the right supervisor. And then from the left and from the pattern of the left and right supervisor, it creates the left mediator and the right mediator. The left side, well, let's see what Mary says here. Major left and right monitor or supervisor harmonizing energy. This energy supervises the harmony of its respective side, left side and right side of the body. The energy is harmonized by the main center vertical harmonizing energy. So left and right mediator harmonize energy pattern. This energy mediates. So again, the mediator mediates the left and the right sides. It helps the left and the right side be in balance and talk to and good communication with the main center vertical flow. And so this is how it's so simple. So we place our left hand or thumb over the ring nail. And then we place our right hand over our left shoulder, right? And then we're going to bring the left and the right knees together. So your knees come together. And sometimes I do this by like crossing my feet, or just however you want to bring your knees together. Let me see, which one did I do? Oh, no, that's right, left. All right. So my right hand is on my left safety energy lock, like 3, and we kind of get the 11 in there as well, right at the shoulder. My thumb is over the ring nail, and my knees are together. We're harmonizing the left supervisor that supervises the left side, the right supervisor that monitors and harmonizes the right side with the left and right mediator. Mediator dances between the left and the right side, keeping it in rhythm and balance to that main central vertical universal supply source. This is so simple, and yet it's so powerful. It's the beauty that Mary gave us in her self-help. The reason why, for the longest time, I didn't really do this self-help because I was like, it's so simple, I mean, I don't get it. And then I really started to think about where my hands were on the body. And then I had an aha moment, and it made a lot of sense to me. And now I do this all the time. I often do this as I'm falling asleep, especially because I'm on my side. And so my knees naturally come together effortlessly. But safety energy lock number 3 is where the mediator is born. That mediates the left and the right side and the right side and the left side. So we're holding this here. And then our knees are together. And at safety energy lock 1 is where each supervisor is born, but it's where the mediators end. So my left mediator ends in my right 1, and my right mediator ends in my left 1. And my 1s is where the supervisors are born. And then holding the thumb with the ring finger, the finger facilitator for the thumb, we know, is safety energy lock number 1. And the finger facilitator for safety energy lock 2 is the ring finger. And the 1 helps us to exhale. It's that first exhale. And the 2 is that first inhale. So this self-help, we're putting the supervisors together, the mediator together. We're holding where the mediator begins, where the mediator ends in our knees, and we're helping the exhale and the inhale. Essentially, we're just helping all descending energies move down the front of the body, and ascending energies move up the body. So go ahead and take a deep breath into your hands, into your fingers, into your knees. I even had a friend who's a JIN SHIN JYUTSU practitioner tell me that she did this flow driving all the way from San Diego to LA. I was really impressed that she was able to figure that out while she was driving safely, but she said it totally gave her, she was kind of stuck in a rut, and it gave her a new perspective, and she figured something out just by holding this while she was driving, you know. So it's really, really powerful. And let's go ahead and hold the other side. So now our left hand is going to come over to our right. Safety energy lock 3 and 11. Our right thumb is going to go over the nail bed of our ring finger, and then we're keeping our knees together. Mediator mediates left to right and right to left, balancing the left side to the main central vertical and the right side to the main central vertical. Harmonizing all ascending and descending function energies. Reminding us that really the breath is the ultimate healer. And as we practice JIN SHIN JYUTSU on ourselves, we really increase our awareness and understanding of ourselves and our capacity for living in harmony. The more we're in harmony, it's a reflection of the inner and the outer world. We do make a difference by doing our self-help, not only on ourselves, but also as that little pebble, that goes into the pond, and it radiates. Our harmony radiates also out into the universe when we're doing our self-help. Connecting 1, the prime mover, with safety energy lock 3, defense against problems and discomforts. 3 really represents the triangle, which is all about, the triangle is the most solid geometric form known in nature. Safety energy lock 3 reminds us to be in relationship, in harmonious relationship. So of course it makes sense that the mediator that's wanting to mediate and keep the supervisors in harmony with the main central is born here. When we are in harmonious relationships, there's great understanding. All right, when you're ready, you can go ahead and release. I'm going to go back to sharing the slide. So we've done both the left side and the right side. And again, this is where Mary, again, and I've said this earlier, the main central, our source of life, the 3 main universal energy patterns. 1, the main central vertical, and then 2, the major left and right vertical monitor or supervisor energy. And then again, that energy differentiates, it denses down. The left and right diagonal mediator flow is then born. And then all descend down the front of the body and ascend up the back of the body, keeping the body in rhythm with universal energy. And then from the above 3 universal energy patterns, our individual body function energies patterns are born. So that's where, like, we get our lung and our large intestine and our stomach and our spleen and our heart and our small intestine, and that's as the energy differentiates and denses down, that's where we get the formation of our organs. And I wanted to really focus the rest of our time together on harmonizing our organs, because except for Terry, who lives in Arizona, all of us went through a significant time change of an hour. And I've started to do this flow in the last few years when that happens. And it's really gotten my circadian rhythms in balance. And I don't seem to suffer as much in terms of fatigue and whatnot when we have that time change. So this is, oh, wait a minute. Gosh, I'm sorry. I've been forgetting to play this for you guys. So again, we have that main central universal harmonizing energy, which represents fire. It then gives birth to the left supervisor and the right supervisor, which is air. Then it gives, from the supervisor, it gives birth to the left mediator that helps the left and the right side talk. And the right mediator helps the right and left side talk and keep in balance with the main central vertical. And this is represented by water. We know water can move and dance and harmonize and mediate through anything. And then again, as the energy denses down, it gives birth to the 12 organ function energies, as I just said, which represent the element of earth. And we know that this is the atom. And when I was in high school, this was the smallest particle known to humanity. Of course, now we've discovered smaller particles, but you can see how doing that main central, you know, and the little quickie for the supervisors, left and right supervisors and the mediator, it keeps those fundamental patterns in balance and in harmony with that main central vertical supply here. All right, so now what I'd like to do is we're going to go through and we're going to do a quickie for the lung function energy and the large intestine function energy. And we're going to go through that 24-hour body clock. Now, Terry, do I have until noon, or how much time do I have?
Well, I'd like to do a little bit of advertising for your class, etc. at the end. So if you could draw it to a close about 5 minutes before.
Oh, okay. Okay, great.
Is that good?
Yeah. So I'm about to lead us through a self-help through the 12 body functions. There's 12 organ function energies. They have 2-hour increments. 2 times 12 is 24. So within a period of a day, there's a time where each organ function energy is kind of into the lead, and then it passes the baton next to its partner. And I do have a slide that I made with all the self-helps. So I don't want you to think that you have to like write all this down. You could, you know, maybe snap a photo of what I made, or you can always, you know, go back and revisit because I know that this is being recorded. So I just say that to encourage you to actually really keep your hands on your body. But of course, you know, you can do what feels right to you. So now normally I would start when I'm doing this, I would start with the organ function energy that's the time. But since I think we're all over the place and there's multiple time zones that we're in, we're gonna start with the lung energy, because that's the first organ to manifest it at this level. So with that in mind, let's take our left hand and we're going to hold our left safety energy lock number 14. And our right hand is going to come and hold our left safety energy lock number 22. Oh, that's right. The 14 is at the rib cage. The 22 you can see here is, you know, right below the collarbone. And let's just breathe into that. Breathe into those safety energy locks. (14) nourishment and sustenance, equilibrium, the rib cage there. And 22 is complete, helps us to adapt to new situations. And we know this is the first safety energy lock, or this is the anchor step for clearing the lung flow. And this sequence is also in the Touch of Healing book, pages 101 through 129. So you can always look for them in the Touch of Healing book, which is this book here. I know it's reversed, but it's the Touch of Healing, page 101 through 129. So there's all sorts of different ways that you can get this information. And again, this is the first step of that lung flow. So this is about breathing. And you'll see that through these organ function energies, as they pass the baton to one to the other, it's really about creating our day. It's the story of creation. And when we're first born, what do we need to do? We need to breathe. So our lung helps us to breathe. The lung helps us to establish our individual rhythm. Every breath is an exhale and an inhale. Now let's go ahead and we're going to hold our left hand on our left 22, right below the collarbone, and our right hand on our right 14. We're just clearing the right flow for the lung. And I'll probably have to move through these a little bit faster. But just go ahead and connect that 22 and that 14. The lung brings energy and vitality. It's really great for our immune system. This is great to do during times of transition. Obviously, during the winter months where we have a little bit more of a propensity to catch a cold. Lung function energy. And now the lung function energy inhales and passes the baton to its partner, the large intestine. So we're going to take our left hand, is going to hold our right safety energy lock 11, which is again right here where with the trapezius, where the shoulder and the neck meet. And this is a little might feel a little funky, but then we're going to hold our left, that's right, Terry. Our right hand is going to come, we're going to hold our left index finger. This clears the large intestine. We know that we inhale with the lung and then we exhale with the large intestine. And if we're not exhaling with the large intestine, we're in some state of constipation, right? That could be mental constipation. You know, that person did that to me 10 years ago and I'm still upset about it. Or it could be physical constipation, you know, like, wow, I haven't had a bowel movement in like 3 or 4 days and I'm blocked and backed up and I need to really exhale. So this really large intestine, oh man, exhale. Mary would often say that the mind, like the bowels, need to be empty. So this helps us to empty our bowels and empty our minds. And we also know in that 24-hour body clock, oftentimes when we're in harmony and balance with the rhythm of the day, with the rhythm of nature, we inhale, and that the lung starts at 4 a.m. And that's often a time at dawn where people would wake up and meditate, get in touch with their conscious breathing. And then 6 a.m., the large intestine takes the baton, and that's often when we would have our bowel movement. And I do have a slide too that tells you this too, just so you know. So now let's take our right hand, we're gonna hold our left safety energy lock 11, and our left hand is gonna hold our right index finger. We know that the lung and large intestine also govern the tissue of deep skin. And this is, People wake up, they breathe, they meditate, they exhale, they have a bowel movement, and then what do? We take a shower, we clean our skin. This really opens up the shoulders. People who have a lot of tension in their shoulders, they often have a lot of bowel issues. I remember working with a client once, and I went in to do a shoulder neck release, and it was the most, it was like rock solid, her neck and shoulders. And I asked her if she had any issues with her colon. And she shared with me that she had recovered from colon cancer. And again, so I taught her how to open up her neck and her shoulders. And then from the large intestine then passes the baton to the stomach at 8 a.m. So now we're going to do our stomach flow. Our right hand is going to go to left 21, and then our left hand is going to come to left again 22. So 21 is right underneath the cheekbone here. It's where the stomach channel starts. And it descends down the body. So we're holding our 22. This is really great for clearing sinuses. And again, we wake up with the dawn, we breathe, we exhale, we take a shower, and then what do? We eat breakfast, right? And breakfast, that's break fast. And this is when the body clock is saying, I'm ready for the first nourishment of this day. So of course, it's the time for the stomach energy. 21, release from mental bondage. 22, gathering and dispersal, our ability to adapt. This really helps to open up descending energy, really helps us to exhale. Stomach ache, open up your channel. Nausea, open up your stomach channel. Let's go to the other side. Our left hand's going to come to right 22, and our right hand is going to drop below. My left hand's to right 21. My right hand is on right 22. As we're clearing the right side of the body, that has a greater affinity towards the right supervisor, which is related to our feminine energy. I'm going to be talking about this more in my webinar tomorrow with Kelly about aspects of generation and regeneration. And then of course, when our hands are on the left side of the body, we're clearing, or when our hands are clearing the left flow, that has a greater affinity to the left supervisory, which has more masculine principles in its nature. And now we're going to take our hand, and the stomach passes the baton to the spleen. And so our right hand is going to hold our right safety energy lock number 5, which is in the inside of the ankle here. And then our left hand is going to come, we're going to hold our coccyx. Helps to clear the right spleen. And then so the spleen, what it does is it takes the first nourishment of the day And the spleen, I think Sarah talked about the spleen flow when she presented, but it's in ancient anatomy, it was related to the solar god. So it takes breaks down the food, the warmth that we need, and the fire that we need to break down that food, and then it takes the warmth of that nourishment and it shares it with the whole body. Brings warmth and sunshine to our extremities. So this is really good for cold hands and feet. Now let's go ahead and go to the other side. So now our left hand is going to hold left safety energy lock number 5. Again, that's at the inside of the ankle. Then our right hand is going to go to our coccyx. We harmonize the spleen, we're harmonizing our immune system, we're cleaning our lymphatic system, we're radiating light into the body. There's enzymes in the spleen, we need those to break down the food that the stomach receives. All right, and now we're coming to our heart. At noon, the spleen is from 10 to noon, and then it passes the baton to the heart. It's the heart of the day. So our left hand is going to hold left safety energy lock 11, and our right hand is going to come to safety energy lock number 17, located right here. This is noon. This is the heart of the day. This is also in agrarian times, which it was the biggest meal of the day, because people wake up with the sun, and they go out into the fields and they start to work. And so by the time noon comes around, they've been working for several hours, and they're really hungry. And this is also the time where when we digest our food, it takes so much energy to digest food. So it makes sense that this is the heart time, the heart of the day, the biggest meal of the day, because the heart's pumping and working hard to break down the largest nourishment of the day. And then let's go ahead and we're going to take our right hand and we're going to hold right safety energy lock 11, and then our left hand is going to hold safety energy lock number 17. Connecting to our heart. Connecting to our spirit. Connecting to our enthusiasm, our passion, our loves, and our joys. And now we're going to move on to the small intestine, and the heart passes the baton to the small intestine at 2. So our left hand is going to hold left safety energy lock 11, and our right hand is going to come and hold right safety energy lock number 13, right here, right above the breast tissue. We're using 11 a lot, right? Safety energy lock 11, the hub. This is kind of like Grand Central Station, safety energy lock number 11. So it really helps to clear everything. It's at the center of all of our safety energy locks, safety energy lock number 11. The small intestine, it receives the biggest nourishment of the day and it turns it into blood. The small intestine has villi hanging down and it separates the pure from the impure, and the pure nourishment it takes up and gives it to the body, and the impure it passes on to its partner, the large intestine, where then we can eliminate it from the body. And now let's take our right hand to hold right safety energy lock 11, and our left hand is going to come to left safety energy lock 13. Right here. That's right. Terry has it. Yeah, we just have about five more minutes left. So I'm just going to do one side now for the rest. So the bladder, let's take our left hand and we're going to hold our right safety energy lock number 12, which is right at the midline. You can come at it this way, like Terry's doing, or you can come at it across I like to do it across the body because then my arm can kind of rest, and then the right hand is going to hold the right safety energy lock number 25, which is the sit bone here. Yeah, where we sit on our hands. And then this is where the body starts to filter impurities and to clean out all the metabolic waste from breakfast and from all the physical activities and from our big lunch. And now we're going to move to the kidney. We're going to place our left hand at our right little toe, right here. And our right hand is going to hold our pubic bone. And the kidney gets the baton at 6 p.m. The bladder's from 4 to 6, kidneys from 6 to 8. And again, 6, that's generally when we're eating dinner. It takes a lot of energy to digest, and the kidney gives us a lot of vitality, a lot of energy, a lot of strength. And it's also when we, sometimes it's when we need that extra energy to finish the day. We're kind of like, oh, I'm tired, but we still have to make dinner and feed the family, and so that energy the kidney gives us that extra energy to finish the day. And then from the kidney, it passes the baton to the diaphragm. It receives it at 8 p.m. So our right hand is going to go to right safety energy lock number 14. And wait a minute, right hand on right safety energy lock 14, and our left hand comes and holds right safety energy lock number 19. I have that reversed. I think I have that reversed.
Yeah.
No, the right hand comes to left 14.
Right.
The left hand comes and holds the right 19. I have that written down wrong. Sorry.
Right.
Diaphragm. It's at 8 p.m. The diaphragm, it's the primordial fire. It represents, and think about this is in more indigenous cultures, this was the time where the family would come together, gather around the hearth, and warm their relationships, warm the family relationships. And then at 10 p.m., the diaphragm passes the baton to the umbilicus. The umbilicus, the left hand is going to come to the right 19. And the right hand is going to come to the left 9. I'm sorry. Left hand comes to right 20, and the right hand comes to the left 19 at the elbow. So you're holding the forehead with the opposite elbow. And this is 8 to 10 p.m. And the umbilicus, again, it's that primordial fire that has that feminine function. The diaphragm has more that masculine function. And the umbilicus keeps all the relationships in balance. And this is generally a time where, you know, the parents come together to nurture their own relationship through warmth and intimacy. And then the gallbladder, let's take our left hand and we're going to hold left safety energy lock number 12, which is right at the mid-neck. And the right hand is going to come to right safety energy lock number 20. This is midnight. You know, this is the time where we're sleeping. And spirit comes through into matter through the bridge of the gallbladder and the liver. And this is the time where we're sleeping, we're dreaming, and we're connecting back to spirit in a healthy way. You know, that when do the bars really get going? Around midnight, right? We're drinking, and that can be a way that people kind of can connect to, you know, it releases the need for control and they kind of feel closer to spirit too, but that's not such a healthy way to connect. And then lastly, let's do our liver channel. The gallbladder at midnight then passes the baton to the liver channel at 2 a.m. Our left hand is going to hold left 4, which is at the occiput at the base of the spine. And our right hand is going to hold right 22. This is where the soul continues to be nourished through dreaming and sleep. All right. So I like to do that pattern when we've had a time change. And I know Kelly, Terry, I think I've only given you like 3 minutes, but I just wanted to also share, in case people wanted to snap a photo, this is, you know, what we just went through. I'm just going to talk just through. And then this was just the self-help of what we just went through. And I don't know if people just, you know, you could snap a photo of it if you wanted to. Obviously, I did make a mistake in the umbilicus that I need to correct, but that's just the definition of health. This is what happens when we get to practice our self-help. The definition of health is more than the removal or suppression of symptoms. We view the most ideal definition of health as a vital and dynamic integration of the body, mind, and spirit. Where a person is free from physical symptoms, they are vibrant, happy, compassionate, and pursuing their dreams and purposes. All right.
Getting a little bit of feedback there. Wow, everybody. Well, I think that was extremely nourishing. Susie managed to cover a lot of ground very effectively, I thought. And if you enjoyed it half as much as I did, maybe you would like to sign up for the webinar that both her and Kelly Mount will be leading tomorrow. It's harmonizing the exhale and inhale aspects of generation. I can show the slide where people can sign up. Would you like me to do that, Susie?
Yes. I'm sorry, Terry, what did you ask?
I'm going to share the screen and show people where they can sign up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so folks, if you want to go to the jsjinc.net website, you will see there the advertisement. It's the first one, harmonizing the exhale and inhale aspects of generation and regeneration.
Plettner.
and it's with Susie and Kelly. And you can register here today, and you can, I believe, pay by PayPal or credit card. If you want to use PayPal, click there. And as always, you can get your 3 months replay. You can ask your questions, which you may or may not have during those 2 hours. And I'm happy to be hosting them both with Lisa Gritton-Sweezy, also Lisa's from California. So tomorrow, 2 p.m. EST, a good time to join Susie with Kelly and for the 2-hour webinar. All right. Did you want to add anything to that, Susie?
Some of what I talked about today, we're going to go into a lot more detail.
Your mic's not very clear.
Hear me?
Yeah, it suddenly kind of went a bit wonky. Tell you what, all the messages I'm seeing within the chat room, everyone really liked it, just in case you wondered.
Can people hear me now, Terry?
Yes, that's better.
Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes my computer acts a little strange, but well, thank you so much, you guys. I think I probably bit a lot that I always kind of overshare a little bit, but I hope that everyone enjoyed it and that this is really great when we have that time change. I've been doing it now for the last like 2 or 3 years, and it helps immensely. And again, I would just do whatever organ function that's in the lead when you sit down to do it. That's where I would start.
Perfect.
Susie, can I just ask, when for the migraines, did you hold both 24s?
Yes, I held both 24s at the same time.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and for 45 minutes and it was gone. It was beautiful. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I didn't leave time for questions. I'm sorry.
Tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
You can get all your answers tomorrow, maybe.
That's true.
Yeah. So thank you, Susie. That was great. I hope that you all enjoyed it, and the replay will be up, well, as soon as I can get it up, and it'll be on my little Facebook page, and I'll also send the link for anyone that doesn't know what that link is. All right. So,
question.
Oh, someone got a question?
Yeah, me, Yona. Hi.
Hi, Yona.
You know, your slide went by so quickly. I wanted to take a picture of it, of the definition of JSJ. It was there for like a second and then nothing. So can you share that again?
Yeah.
Okay. Here.
How's that?
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Okay, great.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and there's that one. Again, the umbilicus is wrong though, but you can snap a photo of that one if you want.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, and then there's that one that kind of talks about, you know, the creation of the day.
Yeah, I got it too.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh,
All right, folks. I'm going to stop the recording now.